Abby. No one who voted for him, I don't think, thinks that he is a person who can be bribed easily. Certainly after he took a hatchet to the world economy, that solidified that in my mind, that he has his view of what he wants to do and he's going to do it.
I've been covering politics for a long time, Montel. I don't think anybody can't be bribed. I'm sorry.
Elon Musk selling automobiles on the White House lawn is not a bribe?
Who got bribed there?
$125 million he put into his campaign?
No, I mean, which
he got
direction
elected
did it go in?
because he got $125 million from the guy who pulled his trucks up on the front lawn and said he got an advertisement from the president of the United States saying,
look at the stock. Look at Tesla's stock. It's in the toilet.
So this is what I will say.
And just like that, we back, man. What to do with the business is people of desire. Your boy Jack Travis back in the building, man, for another installment. You dig what I'm saying, man. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe to the content. And we will go according, as I always say. You understand me and what I'm saying to you. All right, we're going to roll down the line, roll into Miss Abby Phillips and her show again. This time, Batya is back. Doesn't seem like it's not enough air in the room to have Batya and Scott and Joe at the same time. They have to mix it up with these 4 individuals if you want to include Shermhead, Monster. You dig what I'm saying? But Batya is back. This episode, they are talking about going off of the Qatari jet, the $400 million jet. They're talking about this here meme coin, crypto dinner that Donald Trump had, where, if I understand correctly, 220 individuals purchased upwards of, is it $300 million worth of? Let me not get the money wrong. I'm sure they'll get to it. I have a habit of wanting to watch videos as I react to them instead of watching them and then going back. So I'm not fully versed in. I know what they're talking about, but I'm not sure about what everybody say. I like to kind of organically react. You dig what I'm saying? But a grift dinner. I saw a picture of this dinner online. This is the picture of the dinner. Now, I'll have those figures for you that I've seen online a little later, but they're talking about it. Yet another instance of, it just seems like it's just a lot of money being thrown around, man, and people having no problem with it, especially with this meme coin. A meme coin is basically just, if you're a popular person, you can say, hey, I have a coin. If you'd like to purchase one of these coins, basically like a memorabilia item. If you'd like to purchase one, it's yours. No one else can have it. I only sell 1 million of them. They're $200 a piece. So now you can look into your digital wallet and see a digital coin with, some type of Trump drawing or whoever the famous person is. And it's no longer a scam. Shit like that used to be a scam because I guess you would have to tell someone, I guess in the time of Bitcoin days, you would have to tell them like this is going to eventually be the currency of the world. So if you're an early adopter, you'll be like the Bitcoin bank dude or something. You see what I'm saying? But these days, you don't have to say that meme coin is going to get you anything but a collector's edition of this particular meme coin. And it's not a scam. You don't have to promise them anything. You don't have to do anything with the money. You can just produce a coin, get people to buy it if they're dumb enough to buy it, and away you go with your money. And so Trump has one of those amongst other individuals, and they're discussing it right here. So away we go.
I was feeling worse about it until I found out that he spent all of 68 minutes with 200 people. I don't think you can get a lot of bribery in if you're competing for that kind of time. But
an hour of the president's time. The president's time
split among 200 people. Okay. 200 people. That's 68. 200 divided by 68. I actually did the math. It's 2.9 minutes per person. Here's how I'm thinking about it, Abby. No one who voted for him, I don't think, thinks that he is a person who can be bribed easily. Certainly after he took a hatchet to the world economy, that solidified that in my mind, that he has his view of what he wants to do and he's going to do it.
Batya, otherwise known as Batshit, is her name. This lady with the straight face, or as a straighter face as Batya can get, sat there and said that her and every other individual that voted for him, we're talking about 80 million people or so, give or take, all of those people voted for him with the understanding and the belief that Donald Trump cannot be bribed. Despite the prior instances, the most recent instance would be one Elon Musk. He paid to help Trump win this election. In turn, government projects and contracts that help out Tesla and SpaceX, yada yada, Starlink. Batya sat there and said, it's me and damn near 80 million other people. We all know that Trump can't be bribed.
What this is the appearance of something. So somebody like you who's not convinced that he can't be bribed would look at this and say, look, I have no reason to believe him. And that is true. But what I'm balancing that with is everything else that he's done that I consider to be just epic, and only he could have done it, like the 10% global tariff that we now have that's generating billions of dollars in revenue, deporting gangbangers and Hamas supporters, defunding Harvard, securing the border. I mean, this is stuff that is so significant that it really does outweigh this appearance, especially given what I know. I will also say, I do wish that the media had enough credibility so that when the Democrats and the leftist media came out here and criticized him for stuff like that, it actually landed. But because they gave a pass to Joe Biden on Hunter Biden and on the paintings, and because they refuse to admit when he does anything good, the Democrats and the liberal media have no standing with which to have that credibility to convince the American people that this is problematic, and that's where we find ourselves.
I would offer only that you know about the Hunter Biden paintings because of the liberal media, so to speak. We reported, media outlets reported about that, which is why you know about it. So the idea that we're just ignoring it.
Conservative media.
I know you heard about it on conservative media, but it was reported. It was covered. The rest of media. But anyway, okay. So your point is.
Batya. So to seize on what Batya said, one of the things she said was like deporting bad guys. So is Batya implying that Donald Trump turned down bribery money from cartels and illegal immigrant organizations? What they call the dudes, the coyotes, I think that's what they call the guys, the people that transport illegals. So is she implying that Donald Trump turned down money from these individuals in these places? And, Harvard tried to bribe him. He turned down money from Harvard. So this is evidence of him not being able to be bribed, in the face of you saying he's being bribed by these 220 people that spent untold millions of dollars on his meme coin. What is she talking about, bro? What is she talking about?
A little bit of maybe corruption, but certainly the appearance of corruption is fine because you get other things in the bargain. Fawn, what do you think?
No, because I said first, I actually don't think he can be bribed, but I'm saying
the appearance of it
is the fact that it's unpleasant to me that you now can be
I don't
further.
think I've been covering politics for a long time, Montel. I don't think anybody can't be bribed. I'm sorry.
Elon Musk selling automobiles on the White House lawn is not a bribe?
Who got bribed there?
$125 million he put into his campaign?
No, I mean, which
he got
direction did it
elected
go in?
because he got $125 million from the guy who pulled his trucks up on the front lawn and said he got an advertisement from the president of the United States saying,
look at the stock. Look at Tesla's stock. It's in the toilet.
So this is what I will say is I actually agree for a different reason. When you say that he cannot be bribed, I think about the picture of every single business leader in that rotunda who thought they were going to get something, and what they got is they all are hundreds of billions of dollars.
That's right.
So, but I don't see that as a positive thing, to be clear. To be clear. So I don't want to say that I think that's a positive thing. What I think that is, this is a man that has no loyalty to anyone. And so I think that is the best example, is look at everyone that was around him that day and look at what has happened since then. So I actually don't think he can be bribed, because I don't think he actually has a loyalty.
I'm not really familiar with this Fawn Weaver lady. I looked her up, and apparently she's a billionaire CEO of Uncle Nearest and some other company, man. Good for her. But she started out saying that she agrees with Baya, Batgirl, that's the new name, not Baya, Batgirl. That she agrees with Batgirl that Donald Trump cannot be bribed, because look at the handful of billionaires, and maybe she's speaking about herself. The handful of billionaires around Trump that thought they were going to honor these concessions, and they're sitting here hundreds of billions. She didn't say what. Because if you keep up with the stories, the rich people out here, the billionaires, they not hurting. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of these things are benefiting them, these little cuts. And, when the supply chain and stuff go down, businesses will cut employees. Employees will feel the cost before the CEO. You dig what I'm saying? The board members, the shareholders. So I'm not sure what Fawn is talking about. Then she slides into saying she doesn't think he can be bribed, because she doesn't think he has a loyalty to anyone. Well, goddamn. If that's not one of the main characteristics of a person that would take a bribe, there's not no honor amongst these, as I say all the time. So why wouldn't Jim not be able to bribe me to take an action against Joe? And why at the same time, why wouldn't I triple cross Jim to take some money from Joe and clean both of them up off the map? What is Fawn talking about?
What about just making money? I mean, I don't know that it needs to even be bribery. Because if it wasn't, look, there's crypto, which, okay, let's just look at the crypto that Trump has made. World Financial Liberty, which was announced just only in September, $550 million. Trump digital trading cards started being sold in 2022, $7 million. Trump and Melania meme coins, the revenue from trading fees and other revenues, $350 million. You don't have to bribe anybody. You're just making money at the end of the day.
Just a different point to this?
Yeah.
Immediately after the election, when so many people, especially Black women, were really around me, were like not wanting to get out of bed. and they had come to a conclusion that it was because Kamala was Black. And my argument to them was, have you paid attention to how many people own crypto? That is a block of voters that he's talking to right now.
That he has delivered for.
That he has delivered for.
He's deregulated.
And remember, he was against it till midway through the campaign and realized how big that block of voters were. So right after the election, you're talking about $65 million invested. That's a big block of voters.
Or did he realize how he could personally make money from it?
Well,
because that's a different thing.
I think both things.
I don't think it has to be one or the other.
Right.
I'm adding another side to this, which is he's solidifying a group of people that if it's not Republicans that are in there, that are running the House, the Senate, all the rest of that, crypto goes away because, well, it's as much of a Ponzi pyramid thing.
It's funny money.
Right,
well,
right.
My point. So politically, it had value, right? He leaned into the crypto bros. He strung them along, got their votes. Now he's got to cut them off. Because, and this is, my issue is less about the president and more about the country. Crypto is a scam.
A scam, I tell you. But nowadays, it's okay because you don't have to promise anybody anything. In their crypto world, they think that one day the world is going to be ran by all of these different currencies and they're going to be able to cash them in. A crypto is only, a Bitcoin is only, a Doge is only worth what you can sell it to someone for. You dig what I'm saying? It is a scam. You heard him say he strung the crypto bros. He strung them along. Now he's got to cut them off. He's not cutting them off. He's jumping head first into the crypto game. Something that you, a staunch Republican talking head, just admit is a scam.
It is.
And what these guys want, these investors, they desperately need the government to legitimize their so-called investment. Otherwise, they're going to lose everything. And if they get what they want, which is displacing the fiat currency, the US dollar, we're no longer the reserve currency. We no longer have the power to sanction. We lose everything. So, you know, the senator talking, complaining is rich because it's not like you can't buy access to him by giving money to his campaign.
Exactly.
So give me a break.
Yeah.
The problem is what this could do to America.
That's very interesting. It's such an interesting point because I think it is different from what people would expect if you're a supporter of Trump. But it's a more of a national security question, which I think is colliding with, honestly, with Trump's pocketbook because he is in that meeting, not because they necessarily, that he wants to hear what they have to say. He's in that meeting because they paid money that is coming to him. Yeah. And which is in direct conflict to what you're saying, which is that what's in the best interest of the country from a fiscal perspective.
Yeah, and they could still get access to him. And I agree with what you were saying earlier. The most precious commodity is the president's time. And the calendar is policy. And by him going to this and spending the time, those precious minutes, it's a mistake.
Password, Montel.
I go back to it. I mean, the cash is going in his pocket. At the end of the day, it's going in his pocket. Yeah. So he's making money. Whether you say I deliberately sold influence, I'm going to remember if you gave me $150 million. I'm going to remember that tomorrow. But if you want to give it to me right now, I'd enjoy it. I mean, you know, if you gave me $150 million, I'm going to say, you know, Abby, come on over. Have a cup of tea. Not tonight, because there's 250 other people waiting in line.
But maybe
week.
another day.
Come on next week.
Maybe another day.
Numbers for you. Again, the picture of the dinner. Grok says, regarding the amount raised, sources indicate the 220 attendees collectively spent approximately $148 million to secure their seats by purchasing Trump meme coins, as determined by a contest based on their time-weighted holdings from April 23 to May 12, 2025. Some reports, however, cite a higher figure, stating the winner spent up to $394 million in total, with individual investments ranging from $55,000 to $37.7 million. These figures reflect the cost of acquiring the tokens to qualify for the dinner, not funds directly raised at the event itself. So we're talking anywhere from $150 to $400 million raised on the obvious shit coin and for a dinner fit for something out of Silence of the Lambs. You dig what I'm saying? And Scott Jennings and this guy and Batgirl and Sir Michael and Joe, none of them have a problem with this. All of the people online, the Cat Turds, the Gunther Eaglemans, the Charlie Kirks, the Laura Loomis, yada yada bang. They have no problem with this. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that are bold enough to voice their opinion about having a problem with it quickly meet the wrath of the staunch MAGA devotees. You dig what I'm saying? But again, man, this all kind of craziness going on. I mean, every day, bro. This man is just unstoppable out here. You know what I'm saying? No honor amongst thieves. He doesn't care who he offends. His pockets is being aligned. He gonna leave the White House a trillionaire, bro. If the next 4 years, the next 3.5 years go the way that they're starting out, that man is gonna leave a trillionaire, bro. And I think we'll be all the worse for it. But you know, as I always say, man, as new developments come out, I bring them to my people. But until then, been just like that. I'm out.